Warning.
No.
The contents of tonight's episode contains strong language and may not be suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Around the Ropes radio show. Here are your hosts, John Blaine, Ray from Boston, and Jay. With special guest appearances by Bobby Fish and Kevin Wilson. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Simply Green.
1, 2, 3.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Around the Ropes radio show right here on the all-new ATR network. And guys, we got a lot of stuff to get to tonight. Obviously, we're coming off the heels of, I would say, arguably one of the better shows that AEW has done in Double or Nothing. Happened over here in Queens, actually. So we got that to talk about. We have the heels of Clash of Italy coming up. It should be, like I said, that should be a good show. I actually did my homework beforehand. I actually have the graphics for that one. We also have a very interesting guest joining us at 8:30 tonight. We are started, obviously, as you guys know, we are part of the Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame. And come July, they're having their yearly induction ceremony going on. And right beforehand, they are every couple of weeks, every week or so, we're going to actually have the ability to have on a person who is being inducted into the Hall of Fame class. And for tonight, on the start of a new series that we're calling On the Road to the Hall of Fame, the one and only Beast joins us. You're going to definitely not want to miss this. This guy has had a 36-year career in professional wrestling. He has faced a lot of the big name guys. He has faced, you'll see it in a second. But let me go to the comment section real quick because we got our comments. Again, guys, that's actually how you can connect with us in case you're new to the show. That's basically your best way. And great example, this is going to go over the comment section now. Going to check out David. David, how you doing, my brother? Yes. David, we got another great show tonight. He may have not with Beast. I just want to mention this quickly. He didn't really face the big names, but there's a few names in my understanding from what I've seen of him, because obviously he wrestled way before my time. He wrestled he was actually in one tag team when actually thanks to the Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame, we actually have a video of this match. He was in a tag team. You might recognize the team he went up against because it would happen to be a little team called the Samoan SWAT team. So enjoy this quick video of Beast ahead of his sit-down interview with us at the bottom of the hour.
Pulled his arm out of the way so he didn't make the tag. That's fear. Yes. That's fear. Oh. That was in the ear. You see him cup that guy's ear? That's how you break an eardrum. No balance, and this guy's going to need every weapon he's got against this Samoan SWAT team.
Well, I believe Hubert Simpson is out on his feet already.
Gosh.
Ran him into his own tag team partner's head.
Look at that boiler.
Oh.
My gosh, pull your tights up.
He's not in the position to pull
They're
anything
slapping
up.
him in the belly, slapping him in the face.
This is utter degradation. This is humiliation. Hubert Simpson wants out. He wants to get out of the ring. Oh, no.
See, they speak English.
Well, I'm looking at Pretty Boy Floyd over in the corner. He certainly has had enough for this week.
Well, he's cheering his partner on, isn't he?
He's not talking.
He's saying, please beat Homer interception, so I don't have to get back in there. Uh-oh. DDT off the second rope. He had no hair to pull, no leverage. He used the tights.
This has been a nightmare for Hubert.
So yeah, guys, he did take on the Samoan SWAT team. So it's just, like I said, he didn't really face the big names. We'll definitely get into that with him. And he joins us at 8:30. We also have, like I said, coming up in the weeks to come, we'll have other members of the class ahead of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Like I said, we also have other interviews coming up. At some point this week, I'm not sure exactly when, but we will finally have the sit down with the one and only Sarah Green ahead of his matchup with good friend of the show, actually, Bobby Fish, for Immortal Championship Wrestling. And coming up Thursday night, actually, that's what I'm looking forward to, after the shocking events that took place at the Titan 100 show, where Billy Fetsky basically buried the Devout in his first sit-down interview since that historical night. We're going to hear from the man who may have saved Titan, may have not, depends on how you look at it. So we got that coming up on Thursday. We also have a few other interviews as well. Definitely stay tuned to our social media accounts we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, Instagram, you name it. Just find us there. But guys, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to get to. I want to first, before we get into an in-depth look at Double or Nothing, I want to give a quick shout out to the Red Zone Bar and Grill over in West Babylon. I happened to go there for Double or Nothing, and for a real hole-in-the-wall type of place, and that's basically the best way I can call it, it's a hole in the wall. The food was delicious. Food was delicious. The atmosphere was great. And it was a great place to go watch pro wrestling. It really, really was. And guys, we actually are going to go to a quick break right now, because it looks like the Beast is actually is here. So guys, we're going to go to a quick break, come back, we're going to talk to the Beast, and then we're going to get into a little bit of Double or Nothing. You guys are watching or listening to the Around the Ropes Radio Show. We'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we are back here live on the Around the Ropes Radio Show. Now, guys, coming up this July, the Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame will be having their latest induction class. And we're fortunate enough to be a part of it for the first time for us. So we're fortunate enough to that they're allowing us to interview some of the inductees. So I want to choose for a first time. He is a 36-year veteran who has had stints in a lot of areas in the St. Louis area, including Mid-American Extreme Pro Wrestling, Midwest Powerhouse Wrestling, Rampage Championship Wrestling, so on and so forth. He has competed internationally. He has competed against a lot of big names. We showed the video before. He took on the Samoan SWAT team. But welcome to the show for our first time. You're part of the 2026 Hall of Fame class, the Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame, the one and only, the Beast. The Beast, welcome to the show. Thank you for giving us some time. I appreciate that, sir.
It's an honor to be on here. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it. What got you into wanting to become a pro wrestler?
A lot of people ask me that. When I was younger, my parents were really strict on me about school, church, and so forth like that. and my grandmother was the wrestling fanatic of the family. And every Sunday after church, she would go and then she would go in her bedroom and she would have me sit in her kitchen doing my homework, and I would hear her in her bedroom, but she would have the bedroom door closed. I would hear, kick his ace, kick his butt, get off of him. This, and I'm like, what is going on? What is she yelling at? And when you're young, they say curiosity kills the cat. So I creeped to her bedroom and I slightly popped open her bedroom door. And the first thing that caught my eye was the Nature Boy Ric Flair going against the one and only the American Dream Dusty Rhodes.
Probably the most legendary rivalries back in the day. Now, you grew up in the St. Louis area, I'm assuming?
Actually, no. Actually, I am born and raised in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. So when you were growing up, what were you more into then? WWE or WWF at the time, or like WCW, or was it more like the territories like NWA?
It was the territories of the NWA.
Okay, absolutely. And back in that day, the NWA definitely had a lot of legendary rivalries, as mentioned before, Dusty and Ric Flair to start it off with. So when you saw Ric Flair, what was it about Rick that wanted that you sat there, with your grandmother, you're like, I want to have a career in this.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, who is this guy in this nice pink fluffy robe? And she's like, okay, your mom's gonna get me because I got you watching wrestling. You shouldn't be watching it. And I'm like, this is something that caught my eye, and I want to, do it. And the NWA used to come to a building here in Chicago called at the UIC Pavilion, and I happened to get tickets to go there. I won some tickets off a radio, and I went there, and I had ringside seats, and I met up with a person named Drew Tasso. He was part of the NWA ring crew back in the day. They had several ring crew people, but I met him in Chicago, and he asked, hey, would you like to help tear down and this and this? And I'm like, sure. And that's where I basically got my start from. And Drew Tasso, was my trainer. He took me down to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where Vader, the Ric Flair was actually trained with Brad Riggins and Ken Patera down in that facility area.
No, absolutely. So, growing up, you got into it through the NWA. Now, I got to ask this question now. How did you come up with the name of the Beast? Was that your idea, or did somebody come up with that name? What's the story behind that?
Well, a friend of mine back in the day before you had the PlayStation and all that, I think it was like Atari or something. It was a video game called The Altered Beast. And he was like, well, since you getting ready to wrestle, he said, why don't you try the Altered Beast? I'm like, well, I can't use the Altered Beast. And I used it for a little while, and then when you hear that crowd response, I heard some fans in the third row when I was walking back to the dressing room from, after my match, and I heard somebody, man, that Beast, he's wild. And I sat and I'm like, I'm like, this fan said the Beast is wild. And then I just switched it and turned myself into the Wild Man Beast.
No, absolutely. So obviously, we like I mentioned before you joined us, you were in a tag team where you took on the Samoan SWAT team.
Yes, that was in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously we know how big the Samoan family is, the Anoa'i family is.
Yes.
Back then, when you wrestled them, did you think, okay, these guys were going to basically be the reason why essentially pro wrestling stood around until it did today?
Yes. It was a great experience for me. I got that. I had the honor and privilege of getting that booking through Sonny Rogers and Curtis Hughes, if everybody knows him as, Mr. Hughes. He was the only guy that took the urn from The Undertaker. And they got me that booking, and we were backstage, and, back then we were called jobbers, where we go out and basically get our butts whooped and still try to show our wrestling knowledge. And we were in the setting room and back, and they asked, who would like to wrestle the Samoan SWAT team? Myself and a partner of mine named Pretty Boy Floyd, we raised our hands like, we will. And the other jobbers like, are you guys crazy? They're going to kill you. I'm like, hey, you gotta go out there and pay your dues somehow.
I get that. Well, okay, now I'm gonna ask you sort of a tough question, obviously, because you've been in the industry for a while, as you mentioned, for 36 years. Now, when you hear fans use that term, the term of jobber, does that upset you? Does that, do you not like using that term? Kind of, what's your thoughts on, that term, especially nowadays?
It doesn't hurt me. People say, well, you should call yourself enhanced talent. I'm like, well, back then you were a jobber. Just go out there and basically get your behind kicked. It's like do what you do. And I've wrestled so many big names like Jim Powers and Johnny Gunn from back in the AWF, and Jim Powers and Johnny Gunn actually gave me a few. They told me, "Hey, look, go out there, show off some of your wrestling skills," and that's what I did. I went out there, basically showed off my wrestling skills, and from that point on, I just blew up from there. People were starting to book me here, there. I've been over to Puerto Rico more than like 4 or 5 times already, and I love wrestling out there in Puerto Rico.
Well, I can definitely see that. We were talking about before, that you wrestled internationally. What is the toughest crowd you ever worked in front of?
Puerto Rico. Because out there in Puerto Rico, when you're a bad guy, they really really hate you, and they take wrestling to a higher level. It's like a religion towards them. And when I went out there, they were throwing things at me that which I thought was beer, but actually it was urinate in a cup.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I- so I'm like, what is that god awful smell? And I'm thinking, okay, I'm sweating and I'm smelling, I'm like, this arena smells like urinate. And I'm like, what is that? And when I got back to the locker room, the promoter was laughing at me. He said, my friend, my brother, he said, you just got, peed on. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he's like, cup, pee. I'm like, ah.
You're probably sitting there going, if that was told us beforehand, I don't know if I would have taken this so quickly.
Right. Yeah. But it got to a point where at that point it didn't really bother me. When I seen a cup flying out, it's like how's that movie Duck and Dodge? Just duck, dodge, and move.
I know, I get it. So now when you were working, did you work
hmm
mainly in the Midwest area, or were you kind of all over the country?
I was all
At
over the country. Yeah, I wrestled all over the country. Portland, Denver, Ohio, Michigan, where else? A lot of parts of Indiana, a heck of a lot of the Midwest. I toured a lot of places, Minnesota, you know,
Like I
it,
asked
it
you before, with the international stuff, within the states, was there a difference did you notice within the crowds? Like, let's say between working, like, let's say Denver and then like Minnesota, did you notice a difference in the crowd at all?
yes, and Denver, the crowd is more, um, I would say like an ECW crowd. They
Okay.
they're more verbal into what they want to say to you. And in Minnesota, the crowd was you really had to work for. But for me, I had that look in the body, and I'm quite sure you looked at me and it's like, this guy looks so much like Abdullah the Butcher. I got that so much from a lot of people. I have friends that are good friends with Abdullah, and everybody's like, well, we're telling Abdullah that you're doing this. And Abby had no problem with me. I didn't use his name or anything. It was out of respect for him to keep his tradition alive. His style and my style was totally different. For me being a big guy, 400 pounds, I can actually, climb on the ropes, do moves and stuff. Abdullah, he was more of a brawler.
So, okay, now let me ask you a question. Do you watch the current product at all now?
Yes, yes, I do. I watch it here and there.
Okay, because you bring up the fact, there was it last week or 2 weeks ago, NXT, which is the performance center for WWE, just debuted a new rookie. His name is Mason Rook. I don't know if you got a chance to, if you heard about this guy at all.
No,
What you
no,
think?
I actually seen his debut. I recorded it, so I watched it. For a big guy, he can move.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring up to you. Do you think that's a lost art now in pro wrestling? That big guy, like with like yourself, Mason. Obviously, you have King Kong Bundy. You got Bam Bam Bigelow. These big guys who can move and do moves that really they shouldn't because of you look at their size.
Yeah, it's a lost art. People aren't, from my perspective, fans are getting tired of all the muscle bound people who has all the ripped muscles and all that. They want to see a guy that weighs 350 to 400 pounds that can actually move in the ring and actually do wrestling moves. And that's what kind of lost the sport, because back in, when I was coming into the business, you had a lot of big guys like Big Boss Man, Big Bubba. You had Haystacks Calhoun, all those big guys, you know, Jerry Blackwell and stuff like that. And it's when you have big guys in there, people want to see, okay, what can this big guy do? Can he wrestle, or is he going to get out of breath within 5 seconds? With me, people always looked at me and was like, when I was coming down to the ring, he's like, okay, this guy can't do too. He's not going to be able to do that much. He's not going to do this. And then when they actually see that I can actually wrestle, they like, holy cow. And that's how I, gained a lot of followers and stuff like that. And people like, how do you do it? You're just a big guy. How do you move so quick in the ring? And how do you do what you do? And you're killing people in the ring. It's like, it's all in the mindset. If you work out and stuff like that, my body wasn't built for the muscle bound guys that you see on TV. My body was more of good eating and just working out here and there. And I've had a lot of oversized fans that admire me and just ask me how do I do it, and I say, I tell them, hey, look, keep yourself motivated. You're gonna have a lot of haters out there that's gonna hate because of your weight, your size. Just take that negativity and turn it into a positive. Big people out here still can do things in life.
You bring up an interesting point, though. When you were at your peak of your career, you were more of a what they were calling almost like a cruiserweight, almost to an extent.
Yeah, yes,
So when you were at the peak of your career, then was your gym regimen then a little different than let's say
yes.
somebody who was a lot lighter?
Yeah, I was more when I was younger. I was more of a built guy, but as you get younger and wiser, or I'm going to say it older and wiser, the body doesn't it transforms and just start not bulging, but just, poof, poof, poof. And it's like, wow, where did that come from? But I still maintained my cardio and stuff like that for a big guy. And I still got in the ring and wrestled the best of the guy, independent guys. And they, when I get back to the locker room, the person that I wrestled or the promoter's like, "Oh my God, you went 45 minutes. Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine." And I had a lot of people hate on me because I know how to interact with the crowd, get the crowd to hate. I can have them hate me or love me, and people hated on me that they was like, he doesn't do anything. It's like that's one of the reasons why I got booked, because a lot of promoters seen what I was capable of doing and putting asses in the seats whenever they put me on flyer. It's a funny story. Whenever I would get put on flyers and get put out on the social media outlets, the flyer would get banned. And the promoter would call me. He's like, "Beast, my flyer just got banned. It said nudity," and I would have to write to all the social media outlets and say, "I'm not a woman. I am a man. I have man boobs." And they was like, "Well, we need this and this," and I mailed it out to them and sent them emails and stuff. And then after that, They's like, okay, he's a professional athlete. We don't have to flag it or ban these flyers anymore.
I, wow, I gotta admit that's definitely a story I didn't expect to hear. But I want to just make the switch over now. Obviously, you got a big thing coming up in July. You're
Yes.
being inducted into the Hall of Fame. With how much you can, I don't know how much you want to pull back the curtain on this. Take us through as far as when you got that initial phone call. What went through your mind when you got that initial phone call about you want to be that they were inducting to the Independent St. Louis Hall of Fame?
Well, when I received the phone call, I had just got through eating dinner, and they was like, "Hello, Beast." I'm like, "Yes." And they was like, "This is St. Louis." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "What's going on?" And it's like, "We would like to congratulate you." I'm thinking, okay, I didn't sign up for anything. I didn't sign up for no survey. If I'm winning $1 million, here, send it my way. And they was like, "No, you've been inducted into the class of 2026 St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame." And I just broke down and cried. It was something that's been long overdue for me. I've wrestled in St. Louis for so many years, and just to get that recognition and that honor of being inducted into the 2026 class of the Hall of Fame, it's a huge honor for me. I'm in there with some of the best people that's in this class of 2026, like Butch Fletcher, a former good friend of mine who's passed away, Playboy Mark Morton, a lot of guys that I've known.
No, absolutely. And a lot of guys, will be on this show in the weeks to come, leading up to obviously the big ceremony. But now I want to ask you this now. When do you think it's going to finally hit you that you can call yourself now a Hall of Famer? What did it hit you when you got the phone call? Or is it going to hit you the night of the ceremony? Or is it going to hit you after? Or is it going to be one of those things of, it's never going to really hit me?
It's gonna hit me when I'm actually there and they finally call my name. It's still I'm still in a little bit of shock, but it really hasn't hit me yet. But I know the day of the ceremony, that's when it's finally gonna hit me. And yes, I'm gonna cry like a big baby.
Hey, I will say this much. You've been wrestling for 36 years. A lot of guys can't say they've had that long of a run like you've had. So the
Right.
fact that you've had the run you did and you've wrestled in all the places you've had, I got to tip my hat to you. It's something where obviously I've been a wrestling fan now. I came back to wrestling in 2013.
Okay.
And you always see these guys like, Jericho and all these guys who make it for 30 plus years. And I see what they do. And it's like the fact that you're able to do this for as long as you did, I absolutely commend you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if it wasn't for the fans, there will be no Wild Man Beast. And I thank my fans every day. Even though I'm retired, I still post on my fan page on Facebook and sometimes on Instagram, and they'll inbox me. When are you coming back to wrestling? We really miss you. I'm like, I can't do it no more. The body's it's wore down. It's beat up.
Now I got a couple of questions. Got a couple of last minute questions here. When you got that call that you were being inducted into the Hall of
Mhm.
Fame, when you sat there and you look back at your career, could you have imagined that phone call would have ever happened? And part two of that is, if you have the ability now to tell the younger you first getting into wrestling, with that moment of being inducted, what would you tell a younger, wild man beast?
Well, when I got the initial call, it was I would never had expected something like this. I know that my career was a long lasting career. I did what I did for the business, like everybody, all the old school timers say, I bled, sweat, and had broken bones, concussions, broken ankles, and the whole kit and caboodle. And it made it for the newer generation. And some of the newer guys that I actually sat down and talked with learned a lot of knowledge from me. When they would see me in a locker room, they were at first they were scared to come up to me, and then they finally, seeing how laid back I was, and just giving them knowledge. Hey, look, this is what you need to do. Come into the business with respect. Don't come in with an ego, because an ego in wrestling will never ever get you anywhere. You have to be professional. Go around, shake everybody's hand, even the people that's cleaning up the building, stage hands or whatever, custodians or whatever. Hi, my name's Wild Man Beats. How are you? Thanks for coming to the show. Because you never know who's in the building. It could be a WWE scout, it could be an AEW, somebody from New Japan or anything. You got to go around and shake everybody's hand and be very respectful. That's my key thing to any. And you can't be in a locker room with the ego like, oh, I'm better than this person. No, we're all equal. Nobody's perfect. Just go in there with a positive attitude. Stay away from the drama and the politics.
Couldn't have said it better. Final question. I have actually two final questions. Who was your toughest opponent, and where would what would have been a dream match for you to have been involved in if you had the opportunity?
My toughest opponent was Chief Alakula Kula. Him and I've had some pretty hard battles. We've tag teamed together and we've feuded against each other. And him and I are from the old school era where when we get in there, we hit and we bruised each other, you know, fractured bones with each other, and it was a very hard, tough battle. It's like punch after punch, and people are like Jesus, jeez. And what was your second question again?
Oh no, you're okay. A dream match for you if you had the opportunity.
I would have really, really would have loved to have wrestled Mick Foley, Cactus Jack. That's one person that I've always dreamed of wrestling. But the time that I was in NWA / WCW, I had the opportunity to sit down with Mick Foley and talk with him. And he has so much knowledge for the business, and very, very, very kind person. I even, had the opportunity to, sit down and learn a lot from her, from the late legendary Harley Race as well. And who can say in their wrestling career, when Harley and his wife, were, when they were both alive, who can say that they actually went to Harley Race's house and had dinner at his house when you were in town for wrestling at a show? So I had that opportunity, and I will never ever forget that when Harley Race said, hey, Wild Man Beats, I'd like for you to come to my house and have dinner with me and the wife. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm like, I'll order something from carry out. He's like, no, you're gonna get in my car. I'm gonna take you to the house, and we're gonna grill, and you're gonna eat at my house. And going into his house, I was like, this little kid. I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, this is Harley Race. Oh God. And after I got through eating that, you're gonna laugh at me. I'm not gonna use explicit word, but after I got through eating, the stomach started bubbling, and I had to go do the number two. So I said, Mr. Race, where's the restroom? And he's like, down the hallway, young man, to the left. And I closed the bathroom door, and I'm like, I can't sit on her. This is the king. This is his throne. This is his bathroom. I don't want to. Are you okay in there, kid? If you got to take a dump, go ahead. I'm just looking at the seat. I'm like, and when I finally did it, I'm like, I couldn't go because then I thought to myself, I'm actually sitting on Harley Race's toilet. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is. I just got up and I was like, I'm done. He's like, did you spray? I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's funny. You're sitting there. You've had the long career you've had, and it's like, yeah, I sat on Harley Race's toilet.
Right.
But again, Mama Beast, it's an honor to have you on. And again, congratulations on making it to the Hall of Fame. I think we may have just lost you for a second there.
Damn it, Mama.
Wildman Beast, can you still hear me?
Sorry. Hello.
Hey, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Sorry about that.
Believe me, it's tech problems. It happens. It's live radio. But I just want to say again, thank you so much for hopping on with us this evening. I appreciate it a lot. Congratulations on being part of the 2026 Hall of Fame class, and definitely love to have you on again for more stories of your career.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Have a great evening.
You as well, sir. Guys,
Okay.
we'll be right back and react to what we just heard, and we'll be right back right after this.
At Simply Green, we believe in the power of nature to bring balance, relaxation, and well-being. As a premium THC brand, our mission is to provide high-quality, responsibly sourced products that enhance your lifestyle. Whether you're seeking relaxation, creativity, or wellness support, we curate a selection of top-tier THC to suit your needs. Rooted in trust and transparency, we are committed to delivering safe, lab-tested products while fostering a community that embraces education and responsible use. Simply Green is more than just a brand. It's a movement for a greener, more mindful future. Call 631-846-6060 to order or visit our location in Coram, New York. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. Please consume responsibly. Cannabis is not recommended for use by persons who are pregnant or nursing. Concerned about your cannabis use? Contact the New York State HIPAA line by texting HOPE-NY, calling 1-877-8, HOPE-NY, or visiting oasisny.gov/HOPE.
And we're back here live on the Around the Ropes Radio Show. Guys, if you missed it, you definitely go back and check it out. That was a complete honor. I can finally say now in 2026, a story about Harley Race's toilet has been talked about on air. But guys, let's bring him in now. He is 1/3 of this great team here. We call him the team of Damian Priest. Want to welcome my computer actually working out. Great, here we go. Jay.
What's going on, everybody? You know who this is. This is Jay. If you're tuning in for the first time, great welcome, brothers. We appreciate you watching the show with us. What a great interview John had with the Wild Man Beast. Wild Man Beast, if you're hearing, congratulations, brother, on your Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee. That is truly amazing. What an amazing career you have, brother. So if you're here, Jay sent his best wishes, brother. Best wishes. But overall, John Pops, I don't know why you guys are so quiet, and I'm just going to get off wrestling for 2 seconds. The Knicks are in the NBA Finals. The Knicks. The New York Knicks, because we're from New York. Okay, well, let's move on to wrestling, because we got a lot to go ahead. What's up, brother?
Well, Jay, I'm glad you were able to get join the show. What do you think of that? What do you think of what you heard?
Well, the guy's freaking amazing, right? He just told you how he got into professional wrestling. He told you about Harley Race's toilet. I mean, it doesn't get better and better. I mean, you're actually having dinner at Harley Race's home with his wife.
Yeah.
That's something that I would dream of any of my favorite wrestlers. I wish I was in a house to eat dinner. But it doesn't happen to Jay. It happened to John. He ate with Swerve. He did eat with Swerve. But I truly wish that would happen to me. So that's a great freaking story. And another great freaking story, John, was the Mick Foley. Wow. I met the guy twice. He is an amazing guy. For the Wild Man to just sit down and get some knowledge from Mick Foley, that's true. You can't beat that. That's something you dream as a kid, like you said. You dream.
Yeah, let's get to the comment section because I know I should have pulled this up, but unfortunately, when you have the Wild Man Beast on, it's tough to get to the comment section here as well.
It's all right.
Nikki turns around and goes, "Beast all the way."
He's a beast, man. He was a monster. What's up, David? What's up, brother? What's up, Jimmy? What's up, Deaf Wire Skulls? Thank you for watching.
Oh, that's you.
Is it? I don't know. Okay, yeah. I was welcoming our good friend here, Deaf Wire Skulls, first time he's watching. What's up, brother? How's it going?
Hey, I'm glad you guys are finding this. How about this you want to talk about a dream matchup? The Wild Man Beast versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
I got Wild Man Beast. Just for the fact Brock gets tired after 2 minutes. He does. He gets tired, gets lazy. Wild Man he could go 20 minutes, he could go 15 minutes, he could go 5 minutes. He can last. Baby. Billy, what's going on? How are you? Everybody in chat, what's going on? What's up? How you feeling? I'm feeling great because the Knicks are in the NBA Finals. That's how I'm
Buddy, hold
feeling.
on. We're going to talk about I guess now we're going to tell our McFoley story because I got his good story.
I got a good story too.
His first book he came out with, which would have been,
Great book.
I don't remember what year it was. He had come to my elementary school. I can't believe I still remember this. And we got a copy of the book. And my dad, for people who know, is an avid sports collector. So when it happened, also I remember we had a copy of the book, and the teacher, I turned on to my teacher, I said, could I get Mick Foley to sign this? And she goes, we'll see what we can do. Presentation's done, we're leaving. The student teacher looks at me, she goes, John, come here, somebody wants to meet you. Lo and behold, it happened to be Mick Foley.
You certainly did. But he went to your elementary school. That's crazy.
Yeah. Second time I met him was at Baltimore Celeb Fest a couple of years ago when I we did give him a bag of our Around the Ropes coffee, which that could be coming back at some point. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that one.
I got a story too. First time I met Mick Foley, I was in line. Waiting to get his autograph. I had the autograph in my left hand, and I had cookies on my right because I was just hungry. It was like 11:30, 12, and I was online for over an hour, so I was hungry. I get to meet him. I put the cookies down. I say, hi, how you doing? It's Jay, Mick Foley, big fan. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And you know what he said to me? He's like, hey, kid, those cookies look really good. What are they? I was like, well, do you want one? And he took it and he signed my autograph and he's like, hey, kid, thanks. And I left without the cookies, but I left with an autograph. So, yes. I'm glad he took the cookie. Good.
Hey, that's not
It's a funny story, I think.
I can't believe I remember that, though. I remember she was able to pull that one off from me.
Listen, whatever elementary school you went to, I want to put my son in because if there's wrestlers there signing books and giving books and signing autographs and shaking hands and everything, I want to know.
He's a referee from Southern California.
Oh, man. That's awesome, dude. You're a referee. We need some referees out here in the Northeast, brother. We do.
I'm glad you found us. And definitely, and then it's funny, Billy turned around and said, that's awesome, Jay. You gave Santa cookies.
Yeah, he really took the cookies. It was like, nice little chocolate with the dots, the old school. And yeah, he took, I guess he was hungry. I guess traveling from Long Island, to Queens, it's a hike. I don't think so.
Hey, it depends. It depends. If you're all the way up by me, to get to Queens is a good hour.
Probably more with traffic.
Don't even get me started on traffic. Don't even get me started on traffic.
Don't get me started because Connecticut to New York is not a fun trip to drive. But yeah, here.
No, but I want to get into, like I said, we got a lot of stuff.
Got a lot of stuff because there was a lot of wrestling. A lot.
Coming off the heels of an interesting Double or Nothing.
Hold on. Wild Man Beast, it's Jay. How you doing, brother? I'm glad you're still watching this show. I said wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. I just hope you caught it when Jay got on. If not, just hit the rewind and just hear what Jay had to say because you are the man. And congratulations, brother. Congratulations. We don't have like little sound, like inputs and claps. So I'm clapping. I know John may be clapping. I'm clapping. He's clapping.
Jay, what we'll do is we're going to get sounds because we're going to talk to the great Wilson. But yes, he again.
I'm glad you're doing awesome, brother. I'm doing good because the Knicks are in the final. But yeah, that's me.
But sorry. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, like I said, we got an interesting Saturday main event. We have a very interesting Double or Nothing, and a lot of stuff to get to. Okay, another story here. Oh,
story. Pull it up. I remember getting Mr. Sakos and Foley doing a meet and greet in Vegas. Brother, that is freaking awesome. I didn't even know he gives Mr. Sakos away.
But is
but he gives Sakos away. Hey, that's cool.
Is that something you really want, though? A sweaty sock?
Oh, yeah, I want a sweaty sock. Obviously, I'm going to wear gloves, John. I'm not going to grab it with my bare hands. I'm going to wear gloves. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to go get that SOB to someone that could frame it for me, and I'm going to put it up in my wall. I'm sure Deathwire did that, right? It's on your wall, right? It's framed and everything. I hope it's gold plated. I like gold plated frames. Yes, brother. Well deserved. Over 30 years in the freaking business, and you got that phone call. Jesus, I'd be shaking in my boots if I got that call. Like,
but like I said, congratulations, brother. If you missed that interview, definitely go back and check it out. Not that, not trying to be biased here, but in 5 years of doing the show, I think that was one of the better interviews that's been done on the show.
I'm going to tell you something. He's going to come back. He's going to come back because you were great, okay? And he's going to come back to meet Jay. Hey, he could come back on tonight. Jay's here. Jay's here. He is here. That's right. Look at Billy. Another story. Go ahead, John. Read it. Another story.
My good friend Billy and Wolf says, I have assigned Mr. Sacco. He even made it look bloody for me. LOL. Okay. You know what's funny? Jay,
I'll laugh.
I'm going to say this much. We always talk about, Mick Foley. Yes, obviously when he wrestled at his prime, he, WWF or WWE at the time. I don't remember which one it was. Mm-hmm. You kind of had a very loaded men's division because you had him, you had Brock, you had Austin, you had Hunter. But there's something about Mick Foley where, look at all these stories here.
It's so simple to describe Mick Foley and why everybody loved him in WWE, just as you and I and Billy and Deathwire and our good friend Wild Man Beast. I'm going to tell you, it's just one word: genuine.
That's what.
He's a genuine, great guy. But
the thing is, though, how many times we could do a whole episode on this later on about wrestlers we've met over the years.
Oh, we could do it.
And Jay, between you and I alone, we probably have quite a few.
I had a few. We met a few. You ate dinner with a few. I ate dinner with a few. I mean, there's so many. There's so many. Wild Man Beast. If we ate with Wild Man Beast, I would be another person on my list. Like, wow.
But I definitely speaking about Mick Foley, I want to give him a shout out for making his debut Sunday night.
Oh yeah.
At Double or Nothing. Before we get to Double or Nothing, I keep going back to that. I want to just quickly touch on what we saw on Saturday night's main event. Obviously, Saturday night's main event was from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And to tell you how I wouldn't say how bad it was, but when you got Joe Tessitore on commentary, turn around and saying, "Welcome to the second biggest city of Indiana," it's like,
I heard it's nice. I've never been. Maybe Deathwire been to Indiana because he's a referee traveling. I know he does great work, but I never been in Indiana. Is it the second biggest?
I have no idea. My thing is, I just have one issue though. I understand they're bringing back this whole Saturday's main event thing, and I get it. It's to make more money. I get it. But
I think it was like a TV contract type.
Originally, it was supposed to be for NBC. That was the original thing, and then they put it in for Peacock. But here's my only problem: you're doing it a week before Clash in Italy. You can't. I'm sorry. If you're going to make these Saturday main events mean something, you can't do them a week before pay-per-view.
Because you can't take it serious because there's a PLE next week and the results of what you're going to watch.
And believe me, we're going to get into that PLE later on because I actually have the graphics all set up already.
Love graphics.
But, quickly, was like
full graphics.
Anything worth memorable from the Saturday night's main event?
Oh yes, the continuing botches of Sol Ruka was sure memorable because it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. I could rant about Sol Ruka in the booking for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna be nice. But that's what I remember, John. That's what I remember at a Saturday night main event.
Ooh. Let's go back to the comments here. Being a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club, that's one I definitely want to try and get our name in with at some point.
I got to hear about that.
It's the best experience of my career, and getting trained by D'Lo Brown and having April Royal Hawaiian Home from Glow as my mentor and agent.
That's huge.
That's not bad.
That's huge. That's huge, man.
I mean,
this is a pure example of people putting in the hard work. When you want to be something, and I know Wild Man can back this up. When you want to be a wrestler, you want to be a referee, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it is, you're gonna put 110%. You're gonna put more than the average because that's what you want. And for that person, Deathwire, I'm sorry, for Deathwire to say that, it's just freaking incredible. That's just awesome, man.
Guys, definitely keep the comments coming in. Keep them coming in.
Keep them coming in. I can rant and say nice things. I can say bad things, but I think I did mention about the Soruka. It was sure was memorable, John. I mean, this superstar, I can't even say superstar. This wrestler is probably one of the worst main roster calls ups I have ever seen. The worst. I just cannot explain it, John. I'm
and
dumb.
you know what? I got an idea.
I'm dumb.
I'm pulling a executive order here. Because remember we spoke about this last week, you and I?
Executive order. I love it. What's your executive order, sir?
If you go to the comments section and you see I just posted the link.
Oh, I like this. Because Jay loves to take questions.
You want to call in to give your opinion. Welcome to the era where now you have the ability to call in. We'll bring you on air. And
why not? We don't bite.
No.
Right here.
And guys, let's bring him in. The Tony D'Angelo of the three of us. We don't know if it's spring, summer, winter, fall.
He's back.
Ray, what's going on? How you been, brother?
I fucking hate it here. I'll never leave, but I fucking hate it here.
So are we getting on a shirt at some point? Like, what are we doing with that?
I'm pretty sure there's already merch released that says that on there. We can't claim that.
We can reword it. Instead of saying, the actual word, just say, F and then just put like a couple of stars.
I fucking blanket here.
But Ray, how you been? I know it's been a couple
weeks. How you been, man? How you been?
It's been a pretty hectic month.
At least the weather's good.
In whose fucking neck of the woods? Not mine.
Not yours? No.
Listen, we had a nice little 75-degree day, and then we had a few 40-degree days. Then we had a couple of 50-degree days. Then we had some rain all weekend.
Oh no!
And now today we had a nice little 72-degree day.
Now we know why you say I hate it here, but I'll never leave. And
I fucking hate it here. Never leave.
I think you should pull it up, John, because this is really good. We got a really good one. Another story. I remember Lacey Evans in WWE couldn't work a gimmick, and now she's making a comeback to the ring. That's awesome. And you know what? I don't blame her. I kind of blame booking on that, but that's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but Ray, you didn't miss it. Ray, did you get a chance to see the interview?
I did not. I was in full honesty, I intended to be here at 8:00. I ate dinner before the show. I took a little nap and I woke up about 10 minutes ago.
No worries, it's all good. Definitely go back and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna definitely want to hear the story about Wildman Beast sitting on the toilet of Harley Race.
This guy's obsessed with the toilet.
That is a
more to that, but
words I never thought A, I would hear, or B, you would say, or C, that would ever be combined.
But we're talking right now Saturday's main event. Anything memorable from it?
For Saturday night's main event, it was solid. I thought it was legitimately solid. I didn't really see too much bullshit. The only thing that I will say is, why in the holiest of all hells are Paige and Brie Bella beating the Irresistible Forces?
Well, I got a better question. Why are there still women's tag belts?
Ooh. And a long moment of silence.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
think it's going to be as well received as you think it is, but you know,
I'm only saying it for 1 minute. Actually, right before we get to that, David commented on here. As the last 2 days in the UK has been the hottest days in history at 35 degrees Celsius.
I need fucking freedom units, Dave. I need freedom units. Yeah, make me come over here and use a goddamn converter. Hold on.
No, but I've always had for as long as the women's tag belts have been around, I've always had an issue with them because if you take out the one that Lash Legend and Nia Jax just had before they dropped it at Mania, and you take
95 degrees, if anybody was wondering. That's disgusting.
How much?
95 freedom units.
Gotcha. And this is where that little thing should pop up. The more you know. Oh, we actually have a caller calling in.
There you go. Bring it on.
Guys, welcome to the show for the first time. Referee Skulls.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
We don't have a sound, so I'm doing the applause. I'm being the sound effect guy. Don't worry, guys. You're a little late, but it's okay. Jay, we'll keep going.
Hey,
Sarah, how are you, man?
doing great, man.
I'm glad you got a chance to catch us. You know, definitely, it's an interesting show, to say the least.
It's a fun show.
Yeah, just got finished doing some wrestling training with some of the students and upcoming inspiring referees and getting ready for 5 shows this weekend.
Wow.
Absolutely working.
So you like never sleep. Like sleeping is wrestling. Like you just don't sleep, you work at it and you keep going. Right?
Yeah. Pretty much I'm never really home. I'm always traveling.
Wow. I don't know if Jay could do that. Traveling. I mean, look, I do it in Connecticut and New York, and I'm getting a freaking headache. But you, sir, I mean, you're living the dream. You're a referee. You just said you had 5 shows. What made you get into this? Like, what made you say, you know what? I think I could do this. I want to do it. Let me see.
Well, for a lot of people don't know, I did high school wrestling in high school, and during the time I was graduating, the Olympic was getting rid of the wrestling. So I remember always going to this local company called Empire Wrestling Federation that is run by Jesse Hernandez, who trained Melina, Awesome Kong, Frankie Kazarian, Amazing Red, Christopher Daniels, and many others. And these are just like come down like 2 blocks from my house and put on shows. And I'm like, I like this. Let me try this out. Then I started training. Then I started going to more shows as a fan. Then I just remember like, okay, I'm the only fan here. I know a lot of these talents left. So I started like helping pick up the ring, putting the chairs away, picking up the trash. Then next thing I noticed, I get a phone call from one of my trainers, like, hey, I see you passionate about this business. Would you like to come and work for us? And I'm like, why not? I'm always here.
Yeah, it's 2 blocks away. I mean,
the next thing I noticed, it started leading to multiple other promotions.
wow.
I started doing on TV taping for like WWE, MLW, TNA, New Japan, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
I'm in awe. So don't mind my mouth. I'm just in awe of all this. This is incredible.
Huh?
No, I'm saying I'm in awe of all this. This is incredible to hear. Like,
Yeah, it's like
incredible.
it's just part of like from just showing up to a show. Then that's I know that I'm working on an independent promotion, meaning great talent. And the thing is, like, I learned about this business. Every wrestling school you train at teaches something different.
Yeah,
Like one school will teach you like lucha libre, the other one will teach you like strong side with all different aspects. But it's a good thing to learn multiple different styles.
that's wow.
But as I kept wrestling, trying to make it onto this thing, I unfortunately suffered a major concussion during one of my matches, and they told me you can't really wrestle full time anymore.
Yeah, it's tough to hear. Really tough to hear.
So I'm like, well, what should I do? So I started turning the direction to becoming a referee.
That's awesome.
And I even try to hope some of the guys that are in the backyard wrestling scene. But hey, you guys want to make some serious money, start training at Wrestling Academy. Even though I still do a little bit of wrestling on the side in the backyard, but some of these guys, they can't afford training, so like, I'm like, why not provide them some training so they have like some fundamental before they even join the wrestling school?
That's just crazy. But you know why I love that story? Because you get concussed, and most people would just kind of be scared, right? You get a serious injury, you want to back away. It's too dangerous. It's too risky. I mean, we seen it with Adam Cole. We haven't seen him since. But for you to just keep going and say, you know what? There's other departments, there's other ways I could still be in the business, and where you are, and we all see it on your shirt. We love it. That's just amazing, brother. I mean,
yeah,
kudos to you for continuing to push. And you know, me and John, before Ray got on, we read a couple of your stories of the wrestlers you met in there. That's just freaking incredible, man. I truly am a loss for words. That's why my mouth was open for like 5-10 minutes, because I didn't know what to say. I thought the stories was like, wow. I wish I can do something like that, because I wanted to be a wrestler. But look at me, at 160, I can't do it. Okay, I just can't. I can't take a bump. But for you to keep living your dream, brother, I mean, that's freaking incredible. And we're glad we have you on the show. And we appreciate you. You said this was the first time. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you being on. I mean, it's truly incredible, brother. Kudos to you, man. Kudos.
and it's like, it's a motto I live by. Because growing up, I was always told I would never be able to accomplish something due to my disability.
Right.
Well, I'm a living proof of that. I may be part deaf, a little bit of autism. I might be half blind in my right eye. But I proved all those doubters. It doesn't matter if you have a disability or not. If you believe in something, follow through. Even though it may take some time. So I use my disability as a motivation for those who have disability. And one of my big mentors is that actually in NXT, which you guys may notice, he is actually deaf. And they told him all, you would never win an NFT title because of your deafness. He proved them wrong and won an NFT title.
That's awesome.
It's all about having the heart and the drive to do it.
Yeah, just gotta put your right foot in and be all in. If not, just back out. That's it, brother. That's it. What you gotta say, John? A little quiet there. Look at all cute. What you gotta say?
Okay.
I didn't mean to hijack your show.
You're not hijacking the show. We're about to get into a lot of wrestling. Don't worry, brother. But we listen. This is a new thing for us, and we appreciate you for being on the show, and appreciate you for telling your story and to give motivation to others that do have disability. So for that, brother, kudos to you, man. Like I said, I wish we had sound effects here. John is working on it, but I'm going to be the one. So there's my. It's very like I don't know if you hear it because my whole hookup here and all that. Well, we appreciate it, man. We are really.
And I find it funny because I would never known about this show if it wasn't for asking one of your guests that's going to be on this Thursday at 9 p.m.
John, take over. Who is it, John? Who's going to be here? Say it.
Let me pull up.
Pull it up.
I had it written down here. Where the heck is it? We have so many guests coming up. It's
don't worry, folks. He's working on it.
You're killing the momentum, John.
Bobby Hansen, what's up? It's Jays or Us. You damn right it's Jays or Us. And we ain't gonna stop till the ball drop, baby.
Oh, that would be the one and only. I'm making sure I got his name right on here.
A little technical.
Sean. Statistic Sean.
David. Sean the Statistic Hubbard.
Yes, and he'll be our
the owner and founder of Rebellious Wrestling Federation.
I gotta meet that guy. You gotta hook it up. You gotta get him on the show. Hey, if you watching, brother, Jay wants.
And what's really unique about him? You guys already got a preview. I'm actually one of his referees.
Wow, look at that, John. Woo. That's incredible.
That interview, Jay, is actually happening this Thursday.
Yeah, they do it, but that's just incredible here. He's one of the referees. Look at that.
Yeah, it's definitely something interesting. But referee Skulls, I'm glad you're able to join us tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I'll let you go though because we got to get to some other stuff tonight. We're definitely gonna have you on again. We definitely want to have you on because the story in itself is. I'm not trying to rush you off, but I want to give you the proper time on the show. And if you can, if you want to just shoot Around the Ropes message on Facebook.
Yeah, brother.
And we can definitely set some time up because definitely, your story alone is something you don't hear. You always hear about one thing you always hear with pro wrestling. You always hear the negativity side of it.
Yeah.
You never really hear the positive side of it. And somebody like yourself who has all the disabilities that you have, and you don't let that stop you from being able to do and what your goal is. I commend you a lot. So I definitely want to have you on for more of an actual sit down and really dive into this. Ref, but unfortunately, like I said, we gotta let you on because we gotta get some other stuff as well. Because pro wrestling world, as you know, my friend, does not change.
Doesn't stop either.
Thank you for having me on, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Absolutely,
hey,
you can have a great podcast. Because I gotta get ready for some show this weekend.
All right, brother, get ready, man. We're glad to have you, man. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
By, Ref.
All right, thank you.
What a great guy. Wow.
First timer. That was, I got to admit, first time caller. That wasn't bad. But let's get to the comments here because, boy, does the comments start. Really, Bobby?
Okay.
Bobby says the sound effect I probably hear is the sound of a fart coming from John. Really, Bobby?
That's what Bobby said.
Bobby says, "Oh shit, it's Jay's
Yeah,
are on."
I'm moving because the Knicks are in the finals. But yeah, I'm moving. And
he goes, "Nothing's more important than the referee in wrestling." Absolutely true.
Hell yeah.
But like I said, guys, I'm gonna see if there's a way can we pin that pose? Hold on. Nope, cannot pin. Well, I was gonna block. Oh no, we can pin. Okay, good. That should be pinned now. So, guys, if you want to call in to give your thoughts on what we're talking about, basically just do it like Ref Skull just did. Just click the link. Yeah. Next week we'll have it actually in the description, so we'll always be there. But guys, let's do this. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back. We're gonna talk Double or Nothing, and then we're gonna look ahead at Clash in Italy. And Ray, I took out a little bit of the hard work for both of us. I already have the graphics set up for Clash in Italy.
Ooh.
Really? And how did you design those?
No, I actually got them from Google.
He just gave the secret away, folks. You can catch it on Google.
Literally just said, "Not how you think."
I know.
It'd have been cool.
Yeah, you know what? We do need a commercial break, folks. We do.
Oh,
guys, we're going for a moment of zen, and then I'm going to go play Ray's favorite song. We'll be right back right after this.
You just made the list.
So peaceful.
Oh, what?
So very.
Heavyweights in the ring throwing down, sweat and fury, muscles bound, adrenaline pumping through the veins, crowds roar louder than a train. Past heroes leap from the ropes, chasing dreams and crushing their opponents' hopes. Like legends under the lights, in this arena where champions collide. Welcome to the fantastic league of wrestling, where every clash is myth and intrigue. Champions rise and some will fall, but every warrior gives their all. Flow, 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 flow. From underdog to mighty champ in this Coliseum's fiery camp, standing tall through blood and tears, facing down our darkest fears. Big showdowns, epic and grand, heart and soul in every hand. The dragons roar from the sky, victory's anthem reaching high above. Masked hero, welcome to the fantastic league of wrestling, where every clash is myth and intrigue. Champions rise and some will fall, but every warrior gives their all. Flow, 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 flow. Flow, flow, flow,
And we're back live right here on the Underdogs Radio Show. Guys, definitely, I appreciate everybody who's tuning in tonight. I think tonight, I got to admit, is one of the most active I have seen the chat, the show tonight. It really is like, it's like we all have the energy now. Unlike the New York Mets, of course, you know. They're the Mets.
You're Nick. You're a Knickerbocker.
Oh, I'm a Knicks. Yeah, I've always said if I had to pick a Knicks team, if I had to pick a basketball team, not a Knicks team, I had to pick a basketball team, but it would always been the Knicks.
True. Well, let's stay to the top. We got a lot of wrestling, John,
Yeah,
Ray.
let's get off the.
We already talked about Saturday main event. Do you want to go over the results? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we can go over the results. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll start with the opener, which was Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss going up against Jade Cargill, Mission, and B-Fab. I thought that it was actually a pretty decent. I thought it was decent. I thought it was entertaining. And you know what? The overpowered star team of Rhea, Alexa, and Charlotte didn't get the win. And you know who looked like a superstar in that match? And hopefully it leads to something.
I know if I say the name, we won't agree. So
Say the fucking name, Jay.
a little skip and Stephen A here, but I'm gonna say Jade. Jade is actually very impressive in this match. I have to say.
Out of the 6 women in that match, Jade was one of the 4 that has held an actual fucking title in the match. I was talking about Mishin.
I get it, but I think Jade has just been improving lately. I think people are sleeping.
Well, there's a difference between her improving and somebody else looking like a fucking star.
And you know, Ray, what I loved about this match, you know what I loved about this night? Not only Michin, I love the fact that B-Fab wasn't in the ring a lot. I love that because that's what they needed to do. And this match worked. Like Ray said, was entertaining. I actually loved this match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I loved this match. I thought it was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Really
And then I think we went to I think that was then after that was Bree and Paige versus the Irresistible.
That was a sleeper. But they won, and of course, they retain everybody who didn't watch Saturday Night.
Of course, yes. Paige and Bella retained due to chicanery 2 times in a row facing the Irresistible Forces. So I'm assuming that that's going to mean that the rubber match they will finally lose the titles. That shouldn't have even been put on them. I hate this team up. I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Can't even argue with that. I agree.
Then we have, this next match, it was what I expected it to be. I think what we all kind of expected it to be. But the cool thing about this match is that it started to further 2 storylines. Okay. And that, of course, is the Sol Ruca Becky Lynch match where where Sol won by disqualification because of her pulling Ref Jess into the Soul Snatcher. And because of that, Jess, disqualified Becky. And what we did there is we keep stringing along this encounter that's going to happen between Becky and Jess. Again, for those of you that don't know, Jessica Carr wrestles in Evolve under a masked persona, which I cannot think of the name this week, even though I've said it a fucking million times. So that's why it's funny how people complain about WWE not doing a lot of long-term storytelling where, and I think this kind of fits right into it. This is long-term storytelling. It's a very slow burn where it started with Becky and Maxine, and then it progressed. The interactions between her and Jess progressed through Becky and AJ, and now it's going through Becky and Soul. So there's Jess is that thread. It's just a matter of time now before they actually pull the trigger on it. And also as much I like Soul. I was glad when she got called up, and it's furthering her exposure on the main roster. My only thing is it feels like ever since she got called up to the main roster, for me personally, I feel like her timing has been a little off. And I'm talking about the timing with her move. A couple weeks ago, we saw a completely missed Soul Snatcher. We saw her; she was doing the buckshot of the avalanche buckshot lariat, and she landed like 3 feet in front of her opponent, and then had to dive to connect. And it's just things that you don't typically see or didn't see with NXT's Sol Ruca. So I don't know if the bigger stage, the bigger crowds, the bigger lights are getting in her head. I hope not. And I hope that creative doesn't look at these things as as a reason to pull away from her, because I think what they're doing with her is good and they need to keep doing it. They just need to get on the same page.
My whole thing with Soruka, I feel like when she was in NXT, she was basically one of the main people of the women's division, and she came over, and for every Oba Femis that we've seen come over and get instantly over, obviously Toruka is not like that, but I think with her, I think you just gotta give it time. And I think once now obviously we're gonna talk about Clash in Italy in a little bit. I don't know if she gets the belt in Italy, and that's kind of the momentum they have. I don't know if I don't know what it is with her. I've always said for the longest time, you look at how she dresses, to me she looks like a blonde version of Lita. I said that for the longest time about her.
Style, man. So they know cool surfer.
But I think she's very talented in the ring.
I think she's very talented, but I hate the booking. It gets Jay upset every time I watch Soruka, for God's sakes. Well, I feel like they're putting too much booking on the finish, and it's making her either nervous or, like Ray said, the timing is just off. I think they're just putting too much amount of pressure. Now, listen, guys. She, like John said, very talented NXT, big star, right? We could all agree. Yeah. When she came up, she lost her first match. She botched her finish. The second match, she lost the match. She botched her finish again. Now with the Jessica Carr, I blame Jessica Carr on that. I blame it 100%. She was a little too far. I think the Soul Snatcher was supposed to connect with Jessica Carr, but I felt she was too far. That made Soul look bad on Saturday's Night Main. Now that's Jay's take. You want to watch it back, go ahead. But I blame the referee for that. I don't blame Soul, but it happened on Soul's account. And I don't think a rising star that you put on John Cena's last Saturday night's main event and you think highly of, you should lose your first match. This reminds me of Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross was the NXT champion, for God's sakes, when he debuted. And he lost to a Jeff Hardy who was walking out the door.
What I think they should have done with Soruka, honestly, instead of having her gun for a title right away, is build her up. Let her get wins over the Maxine Dupree's, the lower tier.
Does Maxine even wrestle anymore? She had that. She had the program with Becky, and then there was that small program with Natty, and I can't tell you the last time that I saw her wrestle.
I think it's actually the last time. But my point is this, though. Any of the lower tier girls, I think what you could have done was give Soul the easy wins, let her build herself up.
Give her one win, for God's sakes, one.
I mean, having her fight the lower card, the lower mid carders is literally the epitome of getting lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, but I feel like now
Soul is not somebody you want to have lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, but I feel like now,
I understand exactly why they had her start with Becky. If the timing was there, if her timing wasn't off, this would be a completely different conversation.
Sounds like Lyra. Excuse me.
But let's go. Moving on.
Moving on. What else?
Next match is the co-main event of Saturday night's main event. It was Penta retaining against Ethan Page. I thought this match was great. I think Ethan Page found his home. I feel when he was in AEW, because they weren't as character focused at the time that he was there, he did get lost in the shuffle. And ultimately, he ended up making the jump to NXT, which I think probably was the best thing for him to date, because his character and the way that he presents himself, the way that he carries himself, that character is like perfect for WWE programming. You know, I mean, it's very the model Rick Martel-esque. You know, and it's really, hopefully he doesn't get for lack of a better phrase, shit on like Rick Martel did, and be denied, his shot at the big time. But I don't think you're going to see Ethan Page really go anywhere else. I think this is his landing spot. It's his retirement spot. Unless something catastrophic happens, I can't see him leaving WWE.
The way and with him also, he's a natural heel.
Yeah, I think they tried him. I think TNA tried one time for him to be a good guy with Josh Alexander, and it fit Josh Alexander. It didn't fit Ethan Page.
Not only that, when he does that thing, when he does that smile thing, he goes, I'm like, oh my, I'm like, he has.
Bro, like that's not Rick Martel right there. Like, come on.
I'm like, that's a face you want to punch.
It absolutely is.
But
absolutely.
From what I heard backstage, from reports I've heard backstage, it seems like everybody's loving what he's doing because he's asking the vets the right questions and trying to learn. Because how many times have we heard the kids who come up? I can't really say Ethan Page is a kid, but how many times have we seen the rookies come up from NXT and are sitting in the room there and all of a sudden, you have a guy.
Well, I think Ethan's also one of the older rookies. Like he spent a lot of time on the indies before this whole influx of, NIL people.
Yeah, but honestly, the main roster.
Yeah, he's kind of the part of that tail end of that generation.
And what I would love to happen at some point when she finally comes back, and if she finally goes on her own singles run, him and Chelsea Green.
When she finally goes on her own singles run?
Because
that she's only held singles titles, right?
Yes, but my point is this. She was with what's-her-face? Piper.
Okay, the secret... What do they call it? The secret Hervis. The secret Hervis.
Hervis, yeah. If they can go back to what Ethan and Chelsea had in NXT, and you put that on the main roster, that's money right there.
One day.
Yeah, I can see that.
One day.
And then let's get to the main event.
The main event is your tag team champions, The Vision, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul, going against the Street Profits.
Well, we have to mention the now injured Logan Paul.
Was he injured at the start of the fucking match, John?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. Good God. Fucking hell.
You're getting torn up, John.
It was I thought it was a good match. It was kind of what you expected. The heels being dastardly heels. You had the attempted interference by Braun Breaker, and Big Doc put a big stop to that. Literally launching Breaker. Breaker didn't even touch the announce table. He was launched over it. And then, fast forward a few moves, you have Doc going tope suicida over onto Logan Paul outside. Logan did a good job of catching him. Unfortunately, that's where Logan Paul sustained his injury. We heard Monday that it was a torn tricep, so that's about a good 6 months out. However, we are talking about Logan Paul, who had a torn meniscus and was back in like 2 months. So the man's definitely a little freak of nature. So maybe he's not out for 6 months.
We'll see.
A torn meniscus is a little bit different than a torn tricep. So we'll see. And then, because of that, Paul Heyman, I think it was done very well last night on Monday Night Raw. Austin Theory's freaking out about giving the title back, and Paul's like, whoa. In all of the contracts, I never have it written as Austin Theory and Logan Paul. I have it written as The Vision. essentially saying, hey, Freebird rule exists, and it's going to be you and Braun, probably till Bronson comes back, which good timing by Bronson Reed to show the work that he's been putting in the gym on Sunday. He posted that on Twitter, so as if the man needed to look any more like a beast than he already did. Oszilla, if you will. And I see him, and I think him and Austin Theory could be a better tag team than him and Logan Paul. Because of Logan Paul's injury, I do like the edge that we saw out of Austin Theory on Monday. Kind of gives me hope that maybe this whole calling him the Pressure isn't just lip service. And that's all I got to say about that.
No, I like I said, I thought it was good. Oh, we actually have a comment coming in. I just realized.
Yeah, we have a comment from Mitchell who says, John, you watch Sunday, and thank you, God, you didn't go. I stopped watching WWE. Well, I'm sorry that you did that, Mitchell. It's, different strokes, different folks. We cover it all here on the Around the Ropes.
Oh, yeah. AEW. Is that what's next?
That is what's next. Double or Nothing.
Oh, my God.
From Queens, New York.
That's me, man.
The night started off with, and I was surprised that this match was the opening match, but by God, it was fun. It was fun. You had it was the I Quit match for the AEW tag titles. You had Cope and Cage defeating FTR with the help of Spike and Beth. We're not going to call her Phoenix, but Copeland made her return. We saw Stokely go through a flaming table, which is always fun. I mean, it was chaos. It was fun. It was entertaining. And, Cope and Cage got the AEW titles.
I thought I said this where I was on Sunday night. The fact that last year we had the Hardys with the TNA tag titles, and now in 2026 we basically have Edge and Christian with the AEW tag titles. It's insane. But the fact you had that entire Queens crowd chanting "He effed your mother."
Oh yes, I begged your mom. I mean, that was. I can't believe that's going to be Christian's new line.
I loved it, and now what we curious to see now, because you got All In coming up in the end of August. And you got, before you got All In, you got Forbidden Door coming up in June. July, they just announced Redemption, I think it is. In Montreal. So you got 2 pay-per-views before we get to All In. Now, realistically, yes. Should Cope and Cage hold the titles going to All In? Yes. Because realistically, tag team-wise, unless you can put them back on FTR again, what's your other option right now?
Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Do you now wait? So now the fact that you got Edge and Cope and Cage now holding the tag titles, going to your biggest show of the year. And you also remember, by that point, we're also going to have more than likely Motor City Machine Gun would have probably signed with the company by that point. And probably
or they go back to TNA.
I think
New
TNA.
Day.
Or they don't go anywhere and just take time off.
My point is this. You have the ability now for have this tag team division be the most loaded division ever.
Or not. You're banking on people that haven't even mentioned or hinted that they know where they're going yet. Could the New Day show up on AEW? Yeah, they could.
Good.
They could also show up on TNA, NWA, ROH, or not at all. And the same goes for the Motor City Machine Guns.
No, I mean, I can't trust me. And I'm just curious. I'm going to put it right here right now. What I would love to see is a TLC match at All In.
You dying to see a TLC match in AEW.
Hey,
the second time you mentioned it 2 weeks.
Hey, it hasn't been done yet. And what? Hold on, Jay, you have the ability.
You like, man. It's your preference.
Hold on.
Actually, it has been done. It was done with Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy. There were tables, there were ladders, there were chairs. Darby Allin jumped. Jeff did the swanton off of the 20-foot ladder into the double rows of chairs that were set up underneath it. So,
I'm talking tag team TLC.
He wants to see a tag team TLC match, just like we saw in WWE many, many years ago.
Yes. Just like we saw in WWE.
Hey, it may happen.
It may happen. It may not.
But listen, and I know Mitchell was there because he loved this match too. I'm gonna ask Mitchell and I'm gonna ask you guys. Did anyone just see like Edge tear bit when they were singing a song? Because I could have.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely,
yes. He was tearing up.
Oh no, he definitely was. He was. I mean, listen, you have an entire Queens crowd singing a cappella to Metalingus. I mean, how do you not if you're him? So
yeah,
what's next? List.
All right, so the next match now, so that was a good fun match, and then I don't know what happened, but we went into like a span of 3 or 4 matches on the Double or Nothing card that just were straight bangers. Takeshita and Okada, Moxley and O'Reilly, Joe and Ospreay. You could possibly throw in the women's fatal 4-way for the title, or you could also throw in Swerve and Bandito. I mean, it was just to quote Sheamus, it was banger after banger after banger after banger.
I just gotta say this before we move on. This was the best AEW pay-per-view I've seen. I loved every minute of it. And when I had to use a bathroom break for the women's match, as you were talking about, I actually pressed pause because you know what? That was actually a good match.
It was
good. I paused it. So for me to pause a women's fatal 4-way, especially for the title, that speaks volumes. This was a great card from top to bottom.
It was booked well. It advanced stories. It started new stories with the Owen Hart Foundation Cup. The Mox O'Reilly match.
Awesome.
That was it was fantastic. You had Mox finally getting back his submissions that O'Reilly put him through for twice. Perfect. You had Takeshita finally breaking away from the Don Callis family. We saw the return of Kyle Fletcher.
Super great. Phenomenal match.
By the way, speaking about Kyle Fletcher, did you guys see the video of him being brought backstage?
Who?
Kyle Fletcher?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, it was. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it in case people didn't see it, but definitely it's on X or Twitter, whatever you call it now. But it, like I said, like you guys were saying, all those matches were great. Especially, I loved the Swerve Bandito match, the one spot where Swerve went on to Bandito's shoulders
and delivered the house call.
Yeah, and I was like, damn.
That was a great match. It was slow, but I loved it.
I had one issue though. This is a small. No. This is a small.
Fucking Jay's rubbing off. You're rubbing off on him, Jay.
With the greatest AEW pay-per-view you've probably ever seen.
I felt the crowd for the Mina Shirakawa match and for the Fatal 4-Way.
Come on. You can't hate on that.
I thought the crowd was dead.
Yeah, they're freaking tired. He was screaming after banger, 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 banger. I would be a little tired too in my voice.
Bro, the crowd literally had no time to breathe.
No.
Like,
one thing I did like, though, in the Stadium Stampede match.
Only one thing. We haven't even. He's going to talk about a match we haven't even gotten to yet.
We're not there yet.
I'll just go sit in the corner.
All right, just go, John. I need Ray, so we can get it out.
And then, yeah, I mean, then we had the Stadium Stampede match. Go ahead, John.
I love all the cameos in it. With the fact that you have Leo Rush making his him and Bobby had their little reunion.
So fucking creepy.
No,
I love the fact that they're doing the Black Heart gimmick, but and I mean it's a testament to Leo Rush, right? That he makes it so creepy.
What I loved was when they're in catering, and I don't remember who it was, through Andrade in the Satnam.
Oh yeah, it was it Perry? I think it might have been Perry.
It was Perry, yeah. And also you just see him set up and go, food fight!
Food fight!
And the funny thing is, the guy who Mark Davis went after,
Jay Invincible.
Yeah, I was with, obviously he's been on the show before, Ryan Peterson. I remember at that moment Ryan sat there, he goes, "Thank you, Mark."
Yeah.
And we were sitting there. I love.
Well, it's funny because that goes back to the Jurassic Express picking up Jay Invincible on their way to Double or Nothing. There was a little cutscene I saw online where Jay Invincible is, he's just walking down the road looking for a ride, and then the Jurassic Express pulls up.
Oh no, you mean Tommy Invincible?
Huh?
You mean Tommy Invincible?
Tommy Invincible, sorry. And then he's like, hey, "Can I get a ride?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure."
But I also love the fact Andrade went to the ringside to do his usual picture thing.
Oh,
and
yep.
Luchasaurus
comes out wearing the wig like he's from fucking Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Yeah, I will say this much, though. As we've seen in past Stadium Stampede matches, where you've had the blood and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, hey, listen, I am from Boston, and I am using this as yet another reason why New York blows, because the New York State Athletic Commission told them no crowd wrestling, no blood. And I thought
that's all true.
Fucking stupid. Yet another reason why New York blows.
Oh, at least we have blood with the tag team match.
Also,
did we though?
We did have blood in the first match. That was it.
Well, Darby's accidental.
Darby's
yeah.
Yeah,
that was. I don't think that was done on purpose. That was more accidental because that was off of the
cuckoo.
That was off of the scaffolding onto the barber's table there.
Yeah,
and he smacked it. I had just finished watching it a little while ago. He had smacked it right on the edge of that raised platform.
But I like that. I also like I said. Did I have an issue with the women's matches? No, I thought they were great. I just thought it was weird, though, because normally the champion comes out last. In the title match, normally it's the challenger comes out first, and then it's the champion.
80% of the time nowadays, yeah, but lately it's,
You're right.
Because also
that's
happens,
really not that hasn't been the case for a few pay-per-views.
But I noticed that all of a sudden when Thekla came out first, I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, if she's coming out first, does that mean she's losing?
It just means that she wanted to come out first.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay, obviously we found out what's her face got Willow Nightingale got taken out. She had to vacate the title.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Wait, did I miss this?
Yeah.
I did. What happened?
I don't remember what the injury was, but she has to vacate the title. And she was
when was that announced?
Oof.
Saturday?
It's rough.
Oh, so it wasn't announced on Double or Nothing, which would be the show that we're recapping?
No, because my point is, one of the matches that was supposed to happen was Will Nightingale versus Alex Windsor
Windsor
in the Owen Hart
Yeah, you're right. Forgot about
tournament, and then they announced it's going to be it's going to be Alex Windsor versus a wild card berth. So I'm going to ask you guys right now, who do you think is that wild card? berth?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mercedes.
Good choice.
I think that would be a hell of a wild card. She's been
doing PR first Mandalorian because I see her on Instagram all the time.
so. I think that would be it. It would be the perfect time to bring her back.
So she could come back because the movie's out. So
yeah,
so it's done.
Okay, well, I mean, I was just asking, if we're going to start bringing back people who are on TV shows, why not bring back Wardlow?
That guy has bad luck, man. I just hope he comes back and he doesn't go crazy and injure himself again.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. He looked pretty healthy on American Gladiators this season.
I was going to say that.
It was, but I don't know how long ago it was recorded. That's the thing. You can't gauge it.
It's crazy. I loved that show as a kid, but I had not watched one single episode of this new.
The new one actually surprisingly isn't too bad.
Okay.
Like they have Powerball, they have the Eliminator, they have the freaking balls there, the like Fusion Frenzy balls.
I always said that the old one was super corny, but you know why it was super good? Because it was late night. It was like 11:30 that they would like air American Gladiators, and I would just watch them and be like, "Wow, like this is so silly, but it's so awesome." Like
when American Gladiators first aired, it was Saturday afternoons.
Oh,
then
yeah,
it was, and by like the second time it got canceled, it started to be late night. It was weird.
It was, but it was good, right? Because you Saturday night as a kid, you're like,
oh yeah,
you go out and play, so hey, it's fun,
right?
It was cool, man. Nitro and all of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt the American. I just found it the exact. She didn't specify what it was, but it was due to a shoulder injury. She has to vacate the title.
Okay, that makes sense. She's been wrestling with that shoulder taped up for months.
Yeah, so she's been out for a couple months now.
I got to tell you, I was immediately pulled into Stadium Stampede when Jared Chode's team started doing the intros. When they did that little music video from Metallica intro, I thought that was fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, even on No Blood, they pulled it off, man. I think.
And even without the crowd brawling, I wasn't sure how Stadium Stampede was gonna fare with taking those two things out. And
I think me and John called it. I think John said they were gonna go to Arthur Ashe, right, John? You were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to another stadium or City Field."
I said City Field just to have some fun. Also, that Mr. Mac
that would have been nice. That would have been good.
And it would have been more action than the team seen in that stadium.
All right, and then we have our main event of the evening. Your AEW World Heavyweight Champion Darby Allin facing MJF in a hair versus title match. Thought it was a weird stipulation. And unfortunately, because of that very weird stipulation, I thought that MJF was going to win. I was hoping that he didn't. I was hoping they kept Darby champion a little bit longer because I did enjoy the frequency in which he was defending the title, because a lot of those matches were so good. You know, and you just know that if MJF wins it, that's not going to be the norm, right? So like I enjoyed Darby's reign because I liked the frequency in which he defended the title. I liked a lot of the matchups that he got. A lot of the matches that were put together were just amazing matches. Him and Brody King was fantastic. Him and Kevin Knight
Yeah.
You know, like these were good matches that turned out to be pay-per-view caliber matches that you didn't have to pay for. So, you know, obviously we know that MJF is not bald, and you know, he beat Darby Allin.
I'll put it this way. I think with Darby and MJF, they're going to have a rivalry that's going to go on forever.
I mean, they've had a rivalry since the first episode of Dynamite.
But I'm saying this is not one where it's like, oh, well, MJF won. They're never going to. No, I think these two guys, I think any of those four pillars of them, Sammy, and Jack Perry would always have some sort of rivalry.
We got to change those pillars.
Yeah, I'm not key. I feel like Moxley's been more of a pillar than fucking Sammy Guevara.
The last 3 years, I guess.
I'm saying I'm going with what the initial pillars were.
I know. I'm telling you, as far as the initial pillars go, Sammy needs to be replaced because Sammy's done less than shit.
I always blame his attitude that got him to the position where he is. Because we all know he had a few scuffles backstage.
True.
Let's get to the comment here from.
This is a good comment. This is a really good. I was a big fan.
David says.
Go ahead. Yeah,
no, I didn't realize you were going to start reading.
I was just reading because it's so long, but I love it. I was a big fan of UK Gladiators back in the day. They revived it now, but I don't get as hype as I used to during the 90s when it was a big thing. My favorite event was always Duel. My favorite was Hang Tough.
I loved Powerball and the Joust, and I wonder if the Joust is what they call the Duel on UK Gladiators.
I always loved Hang Tough because they're like kicking each other. Like,
oh yeah, they have that. They have Hang Tough on the reboot.
Okay, yeah, I love that.
Dude. It's crazy.
Kicking the hell out of them in the 90s. But
yeah,
you ain't gonna win this money.
Yeah, and then Camille actually had somebody in a body scissors and was like trying to pull them down, and she got one hand off, and the lady had only one hand on the hand bike and was still supporting her and Camille.
Strength.
And she did it for she ended up lasting out the clock, so she got the points. I think it was like a full 7 seconds that she was holding on with one hand while Camille was literally hanging off of her.
Respect.
You know? Tom says, the Knicks won.
That's right. Hold you, baby.
All right, so with that being said, we wrap up our coverage of AEW Double or Nothing. The one thing that we didn't get to is the Kevin Knight heel turn out of just nowhere.
I think what we have to see, and we see this a lot with the AEW. The pay-per-views always are stellar. Well, can we agree on that?
After this Sunday, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, you have this momentum now. What's your follow-up going to be? How are you going to continue this momentum?
I guess we'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
We'll find out.
Because one of them going to see now. Does Mike Bailey now turn heel?
No.
Why would Mike Bailey turn heel?
I don't think so. I think Speedball will be.
Speedball.
He'll be in the storyline, but
I know who Mike Bailey is, but why would he turn heel? That doesn't answer my question, John.
He's always been a fan. Don't do nothing.
Kevin Knight turns heel.
That's awesome.
Why does Mike Bailey turn heel? You could see some of the foreshadowing with some of what Kevin Knight has said over the last month or so. Some of the ways that he's wrestled over the last month or so, especially in the MJF match and afterwards. What does that got to do with Bailey?
It was cold. I was thinking.
Okay.
Let's get to the comment here from David.
David says, Duel is similar to Joust, but in Duel, you're not sitting on a mechanical horse type structure. You're stood. Oh, so it is the same thing as Joust in American Gladiators. where they're on the platform and they have the pugil sticks. I don't know why they just don't call it joust. Like, why is it a completely different name?
I don't know. I don't even know why they changed names and stuff.
That's weird.
Super weird.
It's just marketing.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I guess we will look toward AEW Dynamite and Collision of this week to see where the momentum goes. What happens with Kevin Knight's heel turn? What happens with Darby Allin? Does Darby take time off? Does Darby try to go immediately after MJF? Does MJF even allow it? Does MJF have a celebration planned? We don't know. Also, what happens with all of the participants from the Stadium Stampede match? Do we see new factions? Do we see new alliances? Do we not? Does everybody just go their separate ways? Or are some people indebted to others?
That's true. We can find out tomorrow.
I just want to say that Kenny Omega looked fantastic in the Stampede. Like
Oh my God.
Never lost a beat. This was the best Kenny Omega I've seen since he's returned.
Since he's returned, absolutely. 100%. It's also, I mean, I feel like they gave Shelton Benjamin a really nice showcase. And I always, wherever Shelton Benjamin goes, I always feel like they don't let him. Let me rephrase that.
Shine. No, I'm sorry.
Well, they do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like they let him shine a little bit. I feel like in that Stadium Stampede match, he was able to shine a lot. You know, and for somebody who is 51 now,
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for 51, he looks fucking amazing. He's older than Bobby Lashley. You know, and looks just absolutely phenomenal. And I think he's older than MVP, which is hilarious because MVP looks like he's older than all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because he doesn't shave his head and you can see his grace.
One last thing we got to get to before we wrap things up here. We got a PLE coming up this weekend. And we also have another event coming up. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, that's right. We have Clash in Italy. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Yes, and I actually have the match card here, so we'll run through these quickly. Just give us your prediction and who do you give us your prediction and you think we're going to see any chicanery in the match.
Okay, gotcha.
First match we'll go here is Cody Rhodes takes on Gunther for the WWE Championship, which I did find out, by the way, this match will be on the pre-show.
Yep, it's part of the free hour on ESPN, and I think Gunther wins. I hope Gunther wins. I want Gunther to win. I don't care if there's chicanery. Gunther needs to win because I am so fucking tired of Golden Boy.
I got Gunther too.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. I want Gunther as well. Cody's much better at chasing the belt than he is at holding the belt.
Absolutely.
Let's move things along here. Roman Reigns takes on Jacob Fatu in a tribal combat, where basically the stipulation is if Roman loses, if Jacob loses, he will acknowledge Roman as his tribal chief. If Jacob wins,
and he will be in servitude.
Yes. Does Jacob get the win here, or do we see this go on? Jay, I'll throw it to you first.
I got Roman, man. I truly got Roman.
I do. I'm kind of in between on this one, right? Like I'm usually like, well, they're not going to let Roman drop this early, but then with him being taken off of all of the other programs after this, part of me wants to be like, Jacob's going to win and fuck him up with the tongue and death grip, and that's why you're not going to see Roman for a little while.
For me, I gotta go Roman on this. I think there's still meat on the bone for this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't say I was going with Jacob. I was literally phrasing it.
Rhea Ripley takes on Jade Cargill. This is the other match that's part of the 1 hour thing on ESPN.
The ESPN free hour?
Yeah. Ray, who do you got?
I got Rhea. I think it's too soon for her to lose it after winning it at Mania. That's literally the only reason why.
Next we got here.
Well, yeah, hey Jay, fuck your opinion.
I wanted Jade, okay? I want Jade. I think Rhea's title is so lackluster. Every time she comes out on SmackDown, I just want to turn it off for 5 minutes till she gets out.
I mean, it's almost like they're building her like she can't be alone.
Dude, I'm getting
she has to have somebody.
I'm so sick and tired every time she comes out with this post. Like, okay, bro, I get it, but like, say something different in the ring. Keep saying the same thing. I was like, oh, bro.
For me, I hate to say it, I think it's gotta be Rhea. I think it's gonna be Rhea.
It's gonna be Rhea, but
no, but I think we're leaning towards Rhea Charlotte at Night of Champions.
I don't even want to see.
Next, we got here. All of our favorite matches.
Oh God.
Becky Lynch takes on Sol Ruka for the Intercontinental title.
I think it's going to be Sol Ruka with a little bit of Jess Carr chicanery.
Okay, Jay, what about you?
Not Becky because of the booking I've seen from Sol Ruka since the very moment she stepped on Monday Night Raw. So I got Becky.
Something's telling me I think Sol takes the belt here. I don't know why. There's something telling me that we're going to see somehow Becky get screwed by Jessica Carr, and we get Jessica Carr at SummerSlam.
Could happen.
And the matchup that I'm taking it off for one reason, the matchup that I don't understand why this is happening.
Okay.
Over Brock too.
I've been telling you about this. Since I told you about it, I'm going to go first. I'm going to say Brock because we need that last rubber match at SummerSlam. So I got Brock.
It's going to be Brock because this fucking company can't get out of its own way. And it's almost like Brock Lesnar must never actually lose to a African-American man.
Here's my issue with this. And I agree with both of you guys. Here's my other issue with this match. WWE is in a no-win situation here with this match. Because either way, you either going to derail Oba with him losing, or you're going to turn around and also you got Brock lose 2 matches back to back like this. Then it's okay. Then how do you set up then SummerSlam?
How do you set up who for SummerSlam?
These two.
Why would these two? Well, hold on. First off, what even makes you think these two are facing each other at SummerSlam?
I got it from the very beginning at WrestleMania. I've been saying it. So far, I've been kind of on the money.
Because I can't.
But the fact of the matter is, Brock has been around 25 years. You're telling me if he can't lose 2 to 3 matches back to back, that he's not Teflon at this point in his career, then he's fucking done something wrong.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is.
No, that's literally what you said, John. You said they're in a no-win situation because if you have Oba lose, then you kill his momentum. But if you have Brock lose, you're going to have him lose twice in a row to Oba. That's literally what you said.
Okay.
And my answer is yes, you have Brock lose 2 times in a row.
He's going to explain that.
Then how do you set up for them? First of all, then what was the point of doing that whole retirement angle at Mania?
Exactly.
I always said it was just a WrestleMania last minute. That was always my take on it. I stand by it.
Because then what should have been a fantastic moment that could have lived in the history books of WWE is not to be a thing of, oh, we're just going to forget it existed.
But the history books is messed up. Let's not forget about John Cena proposing to Nikki Bella, for God's sakes. Like,
what are you talking about? This is the greatest WrestleMania moment ever. Jay, it's the greatest WrestleMania moment ever.
Oh God. Oh God. It's really late night. Really
I just want to know how we went from Gunther retiring Brock at SummerSlam to Oba facing Brock at SummerSlam for a 3rd time. Like, when did that mind shift happen? And what was the reasoning? Because nothing like that is no.
Personally, to me, I think it makes a hell of a lot more sense to have Oba do it than Gunther. Because I'm tired of this notion that because Gunther has this career killer gimmick thing, that he has to be the one to retire all these guys.
I'm sorry, what was the name of the gimmick?
Career killer.
Career killer.
Oh, okay. So you don't think the guy with the career killer gimmick should be the one retiring? people.
Now, that doesn't make sense. Then, okay, then I'll say this one. Then how come they didn't do
It makes sense when Randy Orton had the Legend Killer moniker and was literally going after legends just to defeat them.
Oh, that was a legend killer.
Then how come they haven't pulled the trigger yet on Rey Mysterio and Gunther yet?
What?
What the? John, stop grasping at straws to try to justify your argument because
I can't talk about
just
that.
foolish at this point.
I can't talk about it.
So we're all right. So you want Gunther to retire the AAA general manager?
Oh my God, I can't even believe he's a general manager.
No, I'm just saying that was supposed to be one of the matches he was supposed to have.
Let's not forget Mass versus Mass this coming weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Grande Americano.
Yes, I forget what the event is called. Something El Noches, and it's going. Yes, we have the Mass versus Mass.
They messed it up anyway because they touched. So storyline makes it completely.
They touched not in AAA though.
But they touched.
But the stipulation was in AAA. They were very adamant about hammering that point home.
Don't defend them. They kind of rescinded. You know that. Come on.
They were very adamant in emphasizing that on WWE TV when they were wrestling each other.
They're very mad.
Last thing I want to get to before it wraps things up here.
Sure.
We got Off the Rails coming up this week.
Well, you got to interview this coming Thursday. I mean, we had the referee on.
No, not. I'm not talking about Off the Rails. DJ Storms.
Oh yes, DJ Storms, the Greek Savage, Off the
And
Rails.
Actually tomorrow night, I'm actually gonna be sitting down with one of the men who's gonna be in that Fatal 4-Way.
No way.
In the main event, the Alpha to the Omega, the man who I think will walk out Saturday night as your new Savage Heavyweight Champion. The Greek god Papadon.
Wow, brother.
Will be on. So you got that match. You have, I mean, it's insane.
That is insane. Insane to have Greek Papadon giving you the time. Now that's crazy because you don't give anybody time. So you are special, John. Kudos to you, my friend.
Yes, I know I'm special. Thank you for acknowledging that.
You get a haircut and a shave for that.
Ego. Kill it with a smile.
Don't go into that interview looking like a schlub.
Oh no, I'm not, because we all know he will more than likely
tear you apart.
Yeah, he might. He's definitely going to tear you apart tomorrow night if you don't come correct.
Oh, that's without a doubt.
I mean, he's going to tear you apart regardless. Just don't give him any extra ammo.
He's going to tell you what you want. What you want?
Also, action that night, Misery Inc. takes on the Silk City Kings in the 2 out of 3 falls match. Joe Scott takes on Alex Rivera for the number 1 contendership for the Savage Heavyweight title. Rick Recon, Jack Martins, and Trey Felipe for the Loud East Lionheart Championship. Adonis Stone takes on Mateo Marcelos. Oh yeah, everybody's favorite women's wrestler. Tiffany Grady defends the VPW women's title against Vita Von Star. And if you've never seen Vita Von Star, yeah, I would not piss her off because she will figure out a way to hurt you.
John knows firsthand.
Yeah. And then obviously, main event, as mentioned before, Fatal 4-Way for the Savage Heavyweight title. Ox Adams, Greek God Papadon, Daniel Alexander, and the headhunter himself, Anthony Gracia, will be in action.
Something tells me Savage is going to interfere somehow.
I want to say that. I said that a while ago. And also, I can also announce this. Yours truly.
Savage is going to interfere?
He wants
the most down the middle, by the book man I've ever met.
He will do whatever. Sure. He will do whatever.
Hold on. Savage is and I'm going to be a GQ model in 3 weeks.
You better get a haircut and a shave.
Should have done it tonight, so when you do the interview tomorrow, you come correct.
I'm telling you, you're going to give him extra ammo. You're not going to want it.
Extra ammo. He has extra ammo with me notoriously.
He is kind of.
And that happens tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then, as we mentioned, on Thursday, we actually have 2 interviews, not 1, but 2.
Oh, excuse me.
Owner of Titan Championship Wrestling, Billy Fetsky, will be joining us after his shocking move on this past Saturday at the 100th Titan show. And then
That's
as
awesome.
mentioned before, I just want to make a mention of this one more time. If my phone will actually let me get back to
That's awesome, though, man. 2 interviews. I mean, 3, right? Because you're starting tomorrow. I mean, that's freaking incredible. I'm sure they all have wonderful, wonderful things to say. So
yes, oh, they definitely do, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely want to think. Well,
And they're going to treat you with the utmost respect.
except for tomorrow night, but
yeah, except for tomorrow. I'm not affected that much, but guys, again, I appreciate Wild Beast for joining us tonight. Wild Man Beast.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody.
Missed it. Definitely go back and check it out. If you always said Ref Skulls hopping in here for a few minutes, which was really a neat thing to have him on.
That was
And
incredible.
Pretty inspiring, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's so motivational, man.
And like we mentioned before, you do have the ability now to call into the show.
Oh yeah, give us a ring.
Doesn't mean you get your face in the studio. It just means we hear your voice.
Yeah, or hey, if you want to have
Like
your
you're a
face,
disembodied thing.
if you want to have your face in the studio, go right ahead.
You want to show your face like ours?
Haven't
Go
earned
ahead. Get on it.
Right,
Haven't earned it.
Hey, I want to say something. David Reynolds, you always watch the show, even before I was on. Why you didn't pop your face in? What's going on? What's up with that? What's up with that?
All right, listen, David Reynolds has definitely earned it. He gets his face in there.
Come on. Well, at least get your voice in there, for God's sakes. We want to hear you, brother. Especially these guys.
Jay, when you're somebody like David who has been watching the show since day one and stays up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not only do you get your face on, but you get your own entrance music. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we're working on this.
I'll go a step further. When and if we ever have it around the Ropes Hall of Fame, he's the first person.
Oh, yeah. Truly.
And listen, if he's not the first person, he has my permission to kick you in the balls.
Why do you think I'm going to be the first person?
I'm just saying, if you decide to not make him the first person, he has my full permission to kick you in the balls.
Oh,
jingle bells, jingle bells.
Bingo all the way.
Well, guys, again, we have a lot of stuff coming up. I want to thank everybody who joined tonight. Ray, final thoughts.
My final thoughts are pretty much going to be the same, as they have been the last month. Hug your loved ones and keep them close.
Definitely agree with you on that. Jay, what about you?
I just want to say this was an amazing show. Amazing show. John started off with a great interview with the Beast, and congratulations to him on getting inducted in the Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. I mean, kudos to the story, the motivation, the inspiration we heard from the referee. First timer here, John, because you're interviewing that person Thursday night. So kudos to that for the plug. Kudos to everybody in the chat. I mean, kudos for seeing Ray come back. He's just been busy because he's just a hard worker. Congratulations to you, brother. Glad you're back.
Thank you, sir.
It's going to be a good week of wrestling. I can't wait for Clash in Italy. I can't wait to come back on with you guys and talk about it. I really can't. And I can't wait for any new faces. You don't, like Ray said, you don't have to show your face. You want to show your face, but we would love to hear what you guys got to say because we love all of y'all and we thank y'all for watching us tonight. Appreciate it.
Guys. Again, like I said, I thank everybody who joined tonight. Thank everybody in the comment section: Mitch, Billy,
Bobby,
David, Tom, Skulls.
Skull.
I mean,
everybody.
It's nice when all of a sudden the comment section turns into an entire topic.
Yeah.
But that's what live radio is. One of the things to mention, you can catch me. I will have articles coming out soon on the Inscriber Digital Magazine.
Amazing.
So definitely want to stay tuned for that. And also, I announced this earlier today. This is not a Dixie moment. It's just something I got given the opportunity today to begin the Inscriber Digital Podcast Network.
It's so awesome, man. I saw that like 6-7 hours ago. That's kudos, man.
So that
it's a nice logo you got there, John. How'd you just go about designing that, huh?
Canva.
Yeah.
But guys, again, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. Catch us at any show we're at. Come say hi. We do not bite unless you have food.
Just have more energy when you go say hi. Unlike John just now. Come say hi.
Unless you have food.
Talk to us. Talk to us.
Unless you have food. I will see everybody Saturday live from Clifton, New Jersey.
Let's go Knicks. Jesus.
Anybody but Knicks.
And guys, again, in the words of Billy Joel, I said if hellos and goodbyes. Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. We'll catch you guys next time right here on the Round the Ropes Radio Show.
See ya.
Balls.